everybody, and welcome back to the Roundtable Live Stream Brought Podcast. Man, can't talk this morning. This is Builder 161, and today we're going to talk about the post that Shane did on X a little bit later on. First of all, some housekeeping. Um, Things are still going well with KOM. Dancho is handling the uh, talking with Razan about the Genesis project. Note to our KOM server members on Discord is we'll be changing people's roles up. There's only three. There will only be three roles within the server. There'll be the citizen who is landowner, squires who have applied to be part of the guild, and then knights, which will be the management team of the guild for KOMMC. So as we move along, this will be we'll be getting people's roles changed up and corrected in the server. I want to give another shout out to TC for his trips and tips on the resource and finding problems with collecting resources off your property. When I saw his tip on that, I started implementing it, and within just a few days, I went from let me pull up the screen here. I went through pages of resources not being collected on different properties, and then just yesterday, I only had one property that I still had a little problem on, and so I want to thank again TC for that information. So let's move on into Shane's post on X. I don't know how well you all can see this, and I'm going to be reading through it. So kind of bear with me. I'm not the best person for reading out loud, but I think it's important to go through this and that we try and understand what is going to be going on with Earth 2 and the Essence launch and how it may affect us in the future moving forward. So moving through the post, hopefully you can see this all pretty well. I'm not sure if I can blow it up anymore, and so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't want to mess things up. So Shane posted this on X a couple of days ago, and let's go through it here. I know we have been quiet in the public front recently. We've been working hard behind the scenes, but I'd like to provide you all with a little update on some important current and upcoming Earth 2 topics around the Essence token and other developments in progress. Essence is a little different from other tokens given the various utility options. It will provide holders over time via the metaverse platform we're developing. For this reason, most people may end up keeping their essence on the Earth 2 platform for future opportunities, such as broadcasting systems building, powering, staking, voting, and other planned utilities. But the option to withdraw that essence to a personal wallet into Web3, completely separate from Earth 2, in order to store or trade at an external price determined by essence holders, is also no doubt a big deal and important step for our project and platform. As we have mentioned many times in the past, Web3 is still in its infancy and is still emerging. It's more or less important to predict what the next few months look like in this space, let alone the next few years. Governments are still figuring out how it fits into their typical financial frameworks, not to mention the domestic and global compliance. And to be honest, they are faced with many complicated issues that need to find legal binding solutions for. Um, I think I'm going to make a comment here because I think the EU and China and some of the other Asian nations have already taken some major steps towards addressing crypto, and they've already set up regulations and got ways of working with and handling um, crypto and some of the Web3 aspects. Unfortunately, the United States is falling way behind on this issue. We've got a lot of old fogies sitting up there in Congress and have not a clue in the world what crypto is. And so I don't know. Hopefully, soon they'll figure it out. So let's keep on going. Um, Look at the recent developments in Uniswap. Look, I think that should have been looking at the recent developments in Uniswap and the SEC, irrespective of my personal opinions. This alone has resulted in us now once again being forced to seek further legal advice on potential ramifications of us even setting up an initial swap on the Uniswap DEX of all places. Yeah, well, this is the type of thing we sadly need to expect and be cautious of moving into Web3. Not only do the government legislating, but the clear reluctancy of the fiat and banking industry to adopt and even coexist with Web3. I don't think that's necessarily a true statement. Quite a few banks I've already seen a lot of posts on where a lot of banks are starting to adopt and buy into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you've already seen with BlackRock launching this ETF for Bitcoin and potential ETF be launched for Ethereum here in the near future. So I personally think it's more the legislative bodies that are well behind the curve on understanding and adopting and figuring out how to work with crypto. Let's continue on. To put your minds at ease, us seeking legal advice will not postpone nor delay the release of the token. Everything is still on schedule. It just means we may not be able to set up the initial swap on Uniswap. It is best to assume this is as a case until we update otherwise. We're likely not going to be able to lead on this type of thing, but we will be watching how things unfold closely. Having this said, I believe we can still release a smart contract along with the whole system, which will allow players to withdraw their Essence tokens to their wallets, deposit, and basically do with the tokens as they please. Roll this up a little bit. Ironically, I believe this is how Web3 should be functioning, allowing the community and holders of the token to decide when, where, and how it's traded instead of projects setting up specifically to pump and dump. Our approach may even open up more opportunities for the community along with in long term to set up their own swapping options within the influences of the actual project itself. I believe long term organic growth that it is in line with our development over time as more desirable. I cannot stress enough that we need to be clear that Earth 2 is providing this option to its players first and foremost because players want a place to trade Essence as a token externally on Web3. Well, I don't know if you haven't set up a swap on Uniswap. I don't know how you'll be able to do some trading out externally. Maybe some of your people that are more knowledgeable in crypto would have more insight in that, and we might see more posts in X and stuff like that from people that have that knowledge. But as we move on, let's see. I cannot stress people need to understand. I'm sorry, I lost myself. I don't want to jeopardize the project. For this to work, people need to understand that Earth 2 is not making any guarantees on its trading price and is not responsible for the trading price of the token. This needs to be accepted as a community utility token, and holders of the token have the ability to trade freely in an external environment separate from Earth 2. So there is no, hey, Earth 2 or hey, Shane, I don't like the token price, do something. Web 3 really is a minefield out there, and my plan is to approach it with caution while still remaining as compliant as possible, allowing us to continue with our long term goals of building the geolocational metaverse. This is one reason we have initially implemented systems that require some level of manual interaction from our team with regards to token movement, at least to begin with, so we can ensure all is working as planned before looking at ways to automate. We need to start the journey somewhere, and excitingly, that start is now on our doorstep. I added a word. Sorry, is on our doorstep now. Here are a few things to consider and a few other comments to round off this little update. Is the token going to skyrocket in value as soon as it's released? I don't know. We are here to build a metaverse, not pump a token. If people see value in the token and what we are building over time, growth should come organically. Are we going to see a huge volumes? Again, I don't know. But not expecting it for a while, as many will likely keep their essence in platform, and as we know, many are reserved on the price they want to sell for. Does it provide an opportunity for those claiming they would sell their essence for pennies if they had the chance? Yes, I think it's a good thing if they are cleared out early, leaving those who value the potential of holding their essence. But it will be interesting to see whether those who have made such statements in the past do end up selling for the pennies they claimed they would sell for over such a long period of time. Will I need Ether to withdraw my essence to my wallet? No. We understand many of our players are new to the Web3 and don't have any crypto holdings yet. To at least make the first step easier for our players, we have been working on a system that will allow players to pay for the transfer in e-dollars. We have also been working on our internal batching system, meaning withdrawals should only cost the player one or two e-dollars when processed. Keep in mind this is based on the current price of ETH, which may increase from time to time. Is Earth 2 going to spread awareness? Not initially. We will deploy the system, make sure it works as planned. This will likely take some time as we need to take extreme care with all the procedures. Once things seem stable, we will start looking at potential awareness campaigns when necessary. I'd also prefer to have some form of E2V1 live before we push anything significant. So we'll be working hard toward this goal. Um, I have a little comment on that. I think they're actually pushing awareness of Earth 2, not mainly themselves, but through content creators. When they set up the being able to get yellow energy by posting and publishing content, uh, they're spreading awareness with Earth 2 through us. Let's see. Moving on. Is Earth 2 going to email players? Similar to spreading awareness, we will not email hundreds of thousands of players until the system is stable. We may send out emails to smaller groups of players, but nothing major until all is stable. When are the rejections and refunds going to be processed? This will occur. This will still occur before Essence withdrawal function goes live. I'm wondering what refunds and rejections he's talking about. If he's talking about the resource claims that are still sitting out there, as well as the as well as the yellow energy or content creation claims. I know there's a lot of both still hanging out there and then have not been processed. I know I have one claim that's been sitting, one gold claim that's been sitting, waiting for processing for over 2 years now. And so I don't know what exactly that means. But what about the major resource release with OU detection and generation? Our team is still working hard on resolving issues here, one at a time. It was a major release, and many issues have already been resolved. We will continue focusing on fixes and improvements, but we do not expect it to be fully stable before the token launch with the withdrawal system. Uh, that is that's it from me for now. Hopefully, all the updates are helpful and informative for some of you. If you haven't already connected your wallet and you plan to withdraw Essence, be sure to get it connected so you'll be set up and ready to go when the time comes. And of course, they have that little teaser at the bottom. Apparently, they got a new skin that's going to be released shortly. So, anyway, I wouldn't mind seeing your comments on what do you think of this recent update. So it looks like they're going to be establishing their own exchange basically within Earth 2. So you'll be able to um, exchange your Essence tokens on Earth 2. Now, I don't know how exactly that's going to work. Maybe it's going to work the same way the marketplace does for jewels and side droids and civilians. We'll have to wait and see what that happens. Sorry, XR, you just we've been going for I don't know about not very long, about 20 minutes. So it basically went through the post on X by Shane. Anyway, so thank you for watching. I don't really have anything else to share with you. We'll see how this post goes or how this launch goes. If it's going to be soon, I think I have to agree with a lot of other people that it's probably not going to launch until maybe the end of the month. So, thank you very much, guys. I know I'm not quite as talkative as Razin was, and I don't necessarily share things quite the same way. But I appreciate you guys showing up, and I hope I did a better job this time. So, thank you, and you all have a great day.